here in a few minutes.
Okay, now we're live.
All right, if you're watching now, just letting you know you're in the right place. If you're a dentist and you are looking at how to increase your new patients using Facebook ads, you are in the right place. We're going to get started here in a few minutes, so just hang tight. But have no fear, you have come to the right location. Ryan, are you there? You want to do a mic check, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, excellent. Countdown's beginning. We got about a minute and 10 seconds. We'll get started. All right, about one more minute and we'll get started. Just about one more minute and then we will get started. All right, I think we are about ready. Just want to do one more mic check, Ryan. Make sure you're still there.
I'm here.
All right, excellent. So I am very, very excited. And I'm going to say probably the most excited I've been for a webinar in a really long time. And that is because today we have two special things. One, we're talking about a subject that no one in the dental industry understands or is doing right. And I can tell you right now, right out of the gate, we are going to tell you some information that you will find nowhere else in the dental industry, and I can guarantee you that. That's the first thing. The second thing is we actually have a co-presenter who I am very excited to introduce to you. So we got two special parts to this presentation, and I couldn't be more excited. So today we're going to talk about the ultimate guide to dental Facebook ads, how top dental practices are using Facebook ads to attract 21 plus new patient leads or phone calls per week. And that is a true number, and we're going to show you some exact results about that. So Facebook ads, new patients, talking about some exciting things, so stay tuned. Now, a few housekeeping items here. You might have some ways to ask questions. You can either email us, and we're going to give you a cell phone number. You can text us. There's various ways you can get a hold of us here. And go ahead and pass your questions along, but we're going to actually answer those at the end. So pass your questions along. We can collect them while we're presenting, but at the end is when we're going to go over the questions. If you want, you can actually even hold them till then too. Also, we're dealing with some technology here, and with technology, there's sometimes issues. Sometimes programs don't talk to each other nicely. So if you could close down any other programs you have, if you have any browsers open, any email programs, Facebook, whatever it may be, just close those down. That will reduce the risk that anything malfunctions with the programs not talking nicely. So it's about a half hour long here. We know you have busy, you have busy schedules, you have family to get back to. So it's a half hour. It's packed with information that you've never seen before. And that's a short amount of time. So we're going to give you a way that you can actually get more information after that. So we're going to pack as much as we can in the half hour, but more importantly, we're going to give you a way that you can get even more information on this subject and increasing your patient loads in general at the very end. So stay tuned to the very end to learn out more about that. And we're going to show you at the end a Q&A with myself and Ryan Menacho, who is our special guest, our dedicated Facebook and social media ads expert. So Ryan, are you there?
I'm here.
Excellent, welcome. So everyone, when you get a chance, say hello to Ryan. Email your questions, email your hellos. But it's a very special occasion for us to have Ryan on board. So, one thing we like to ask, just kind of think to yourself, doctors out there, doctors listening, doctors watching, what's your biggest struggle as you try to attract new patients? What's your biggest struggle right now? So think to yourself, what's your biggest struggle right now? Some folks say social media is their biggest struggle, but a lot of times we get things like insurances, competition, staff, reviews, things like that are the biggest struggles that most dentists are dealing with right now. A lot of times it actually is competition. So there's big shifts happening in dentistry. Hopefully everyone on the call here knows that. You have competition in corporate and group practices moving in all over the place. So that's leading to some struggles. So question is, when it comes to your biggest struggles, what are you going to learn today? So we believe that having a solid new patient strategy helps with all of those problems. So everything that we do revolves around developing new patient strategies for you. So what we're going to show you is a step-by-step formula on how dental practices are able to increase their new patient leads by using Facebook ads. So this is something different. This Facebook ads is not social media, quote unquote. This is actually something very particular called Facebook ads. We're going to show you how to use Facebook ad retargeting, Facebook ad targeting to focus on exactly the type of high quality new patients you need. So we're going to show you how to do it in a very service level, at service level. So if you have specific services that you want to promote, we're going to show you how to do that on Facebook. Again, these are Facebook ads. This is not the social media that you have traditionally known to either love, or some people don't love it, some people hate it. We're going to show you something different. Okay, this is very, very different. We're going to show you how some of our real life clients are using Facebook ads to bring high value cases in the door, including implant and denture patients. So we're going to show you exactly how this works and how you can use Facebook's brand new technology to attract these new patients. Okay, so this is new stuff. This is being used by a lot of the most cutting edge industries, and dentistry hasn't gotten on board yet. And what you're going to see today is some of the first practices that are able to do this very successfully. So at the very end, we're going to show you some more resources. We're going to have some resources. Our best-selling book, which has been #1 on Amazon for over 2 years now. We're going to, if you haven't gotten that yet, everyone in dentistry needs to read this book. We really kind of tell all. We got incredible feedback from it. So, at the end, we're going to show you how you can get that for free if you haven't had that yet. We're going to also give you a downloadable guide that is the ultimate guide to dental Facebook ads. So we will email that to you at the very end. I'll show you how you can get that guide. We're also going to give you a website click-to-call conversion checklist. So we're going to show you, we've got our top 20 to 25 items that every website needs to have to increase the likelihood that a patient is going to call you. We're going to give you that at no cost as well. So then finally, we're going to give you the dentist guide to choosing a marketing company, because we find a lot of dentists are kind of in the dark when it comes to how to choose a marketing company if you do go down that road, and we've developed a guide to help you do that. So I'm going to show you how you can get these bonuses at the end, so stay tuned. Now, disclaimer, because the stuff we're going to show you is very powerful, having potentially 20 phone calls or email leads or new patient leads coming in per week is quite a bit. We really want to be clear that not everyone will experience these results. The client data we'll be sharing is real. It's from our FireGain clients who worked hard and reap the rewards of hard work every day. But not every practice is going to see these results. There's many things that go into these results. And for example, if we drive a bunch of denture leads to a website or a practice, and that practice is not open, is only open 2 days a week, well, they're not going to close those leads, right? So that is why that practice might not see the same results that some of these other practices are seeing. Or let's say we're running a bunch of Facebook ads to a website, but the website isn't any good, right? It's an old website. Patients don't like it. Well, they're not going to see the same results as a practice that has a good website. So there's a lot of factors that go into how and why you're going to see these results. But we want to be very clear, because we don't like to set any kind of unrealistic expectations, that the results vary. These are not typical, but they are possible and they are real. The results we're going to show you today are real. So just some quick things, just so you know who you're talking to. Who are we? We're FireGang Dental Marketing. You may have seen us on all over the dental industry. We're Google certified partners. We take that very seriously. In other words, we pass Google's vigorous tests every year that just basically tells them, hey, we know what we're talking about, and they kind of give us their blessing. Nationally recognized publishers. We've been featured on local news. You see, that's Adam, my business partner down there, and we've had our content coverage on major media outlets. You see here, we've been all around. We've been on Dental Town quite a bit, Dr. Bicuspid. We've been on the Dental Town podcast with Howard, Future of Dentistry event, lots of podcasts, The Relentless Dentist. I always tell anyone on here, if you are not listening to podcasts yet and you're a dentist, then you are definitely missing out. There's a lot of amazing things going on with podcasts for dentistry, so check that out. Who am I? I am actually the CEO of FireGang, and you can see just a really quick blurb about me. That's me. That's me at the Google headquarters down in San Francisco, and I am just basically a huge Google nerd. That's what we founded our company based on getting businesses and dental practices to rank higher in Google, and we basically wake up every day and try to figure out how to get dental practices in front of more patients, so more patients give them a call, and our whole company, FireGang Dental Marketing, is based around one thing. And the one thing that we're based around is closing what we call your new patient gap. So if you're a dentist in this day and age, and you're looking out 6 months from now, there's probably a number you have in your head of new patients that you want to be at, right? So if I asked you, how many new patients do you want to be at in 6 months, you have a number, right? And if you have, if I ask you how many patients you have today, well, that's a different number, right? And the difference between those two numbers are what we call your new patient gap. That's the gap, and the difference between where you are now and where you want to be in 6 months. And our business exists to close that gap for dental practices. So we serve practices to basically achieve whatever new patient numbers they want to achieve. So with that, I am going to introduce Ryan Manacho, who is our resident social media ads expert. Now, the one thing I will tell you about Ryan and about the way that we're structured at FireGang is because we're unique in that we only focus on dentistry, and we've been successful enough practices have come to us and asked us to run their advertising. We're at a size where we can have people specifically specializing in different parts of digital marketing. So Ryan is specifically focused on Facebook ads. That is his sole job at FireGang, is to focus on Facebook ads. And I'll even give you a sneak preview that no one knows about is Instagram ads. We're not going to talk about that tonight, but that's something we're dabbling in. And Ryan is solely in that world. That's all he does. He drives new patient leads through social media, and that is unique because you're not going to find. I'm willing to put it up. I don't know of anyone in the country who their main job is to drive patient leads through Facebook. So we're that specialized, and that means that Ryan's able to get really, really, really good at Facebook ads for dental practices. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Ryan Manacho. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. Very excited. Hopefully I didn't build you up too much, but I believe every single word. And with that, Ryan, what are you seeing with Facebook ads and dental practices, and why Facebook is so unique?
Yeah, Facebook is so unique because of the way that you can target. You can be so specific and drive very particular ads to very specific groups of people. So you know that when you're spending money with these ads, it's going exactly where you want it to. And like Jake said, my focus is completely on Facebook ads. So I'm working with tons of different dentists and spending thousands of dollars on Facebook every month. So I've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't work, and how we can get the right ads in front of the right people.
Excellent. So we're going to dive into that in detail, right? So Ryan, stay tuned. We'll come right back to you here just in 1 second. And I just kind of want to set the scene for the doctors in the room and doctors listening here. And the elephant in the room is that Facebook ads provide a huge opportunity to reach new patients. But the question is, why is not every single practice doing this? And in fact, I was just listening to a call with one of our clients yesterday. He was a New Yorker, so he didn't hold back at all in telling us what he thought. And he said, you know what, social media is a waste of time, and I'm tired of people trying to tell me it's a good thing to do because it's been nothing but wasted money for me. And the answer is why people are doing this is because when it comes to cutting edge marketing, the dental field is delayed, right? So the dental field, dentists in all of our kind of competitors out there are using social media tactics that are from 2011 and 2012. So nobody's able to keep up on these things. Meanwhile, all these other industries are, you see Facebook ads showing up in your feed every day, right? Amazon and all these other companies. Well, dentistry is just behind, and they always have been, because and the reason I think so is because it's the same few big companies that have been running the dental industry for so long, and there has no need for them to innovate and stay on top of things, right? So meanwhile, we come in, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we stay on top of these things. So the dental industry, for whatever reason, I have my own opinions, has been behind on these marketing tactics. So other local businesses are jumping on this, and dentistry needs to as well. Facebook ads is the next big frontier in online marketing that dentists can conquer. So it's kind of like Google was 10 years ago, and the doctors that jumped on Google, well, they are virtually millionaires now because they've been just reaping the benefits for 10 years. And right now, that is Facebook. That is Facebook ads. That is social media. And the number one mistake that dentists make is misunderstanding the difference between Facebook and Facebook ads. So if you're listening now, and everyone listening right now, I would really, I would offer to you to stop and really pay attention to this one point, because this is one of the most important points of the whole presentation, which is the difference between Facebook and Facebook ads, right? So the difference is posting on your Facebook news feed isn't enough. No one other than your friends are going to see this. So most dental practices, they just go online and they post a status update. They just say, hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. Here's our receptionist in a funny St. Patrick's Day hat, right? And the only people that see that is about 3 to 5% of the people who have liked your Facebook page. That's it. And most dental practices don't have many people who have liked their Facebook page. So you have a megaphone into the desert, right? There's no one hearing you. There's no one seeing you. There's no one doing anything, right? And so that's what most dentists think that social media is posting those status updates on their Facebook page that a small percentage of people see who have liked the page, right? So posting updates on Facebook isn't the same as marketing your practice on Facebook. So actually going out and deliberately marketing is completely different. And this is what we're talking about. This is different. This is what no one is doing right. So how can you use Facebook to reach a new audience? So here's a few things that you need to know about Facebook, okay? This is why it's the next big frontier. Right now, Facebook's making kind of undercover changes to potentially position themselves as a competitor to Yelp. And you see here, The Verge is a big online content company. And you can see here, they stated Facebook is a secret Yelp competitor for finding local businesses. So find local businesses with the best Facebook reviews. So you see here, this is a screenshot at the bottom here from Facebook. And they're actually creating a portal where patients can go on and try to find local businesses. And guess what a dental practice is? It's a local business, right? So Facebook wants to compete with Yelp. They want to be the place that patients go and search for a new dentist. So what does that look like? Well, if you're on this call, and bless you if you are, because you automatically are on a different level than your competitors. If you're because you're learning things that have just come out. So this is brand new. This is called Facebook recommendations. This is brand new. And what Facebook has done is they've created just recently a feature where someone can go on and ask for suggestions. So previously people could do this, but it wasn't formal, right? I couldn't go on and formally do this. I would just post on my status, on my wall, my own personal wall, hey, do you know where anyone have a dentist that they would recommend? Well, now do you see what Facebook's done? They've actually added this thing called recommendations. So Emily went on here and said, I'm looking for a recommendation. Hopefully you can see that. When your friends comment, we'll add the recommendations to your own personalized map. And I'm looking for a recommendation on dentists, right? Pediatric care. So you see Facebook has this feature, And Emily's gone and asked her friends, do you know where a dentist? And now what do you think Facebook's doing? They're collecting this data, right? So they're going to see who's recommended, and then they're going to, potentially boost you up in the rankings, right? So the more practices are recommended later on down the road, you're going to get boosted. So you can see here, Kristen, one of Emily's friends, said we go to Pitts, and then she posted the Pitts Facebook page. So this is brand new. No dentists know about this, okay? So this is Facebook trying to compete with Yelp. Now, I want to show you the difference, right? Now, that is recommendations. That is kind of along with the news feed. So this is what a news feed looks like to the left, and I want to show you a difference. So when Emily posted that recommendations, her post showed up in all of her friends' news feed, right to the left here. So what her friends would have seen, I'm looking for recommendations about a dentist. Now to the right here, I want to show you what is called a Facebook ad, right? So that is usually, it says sponsored on it. Those ads show up in folks' Facebook news feed as well. So every day when I log on, I see a bunch of my friends who have posted, what they had for dinner. They may have posted recommendations. I have seen people asking for restaurant recommendations around me. That is all brand new, is all started now. And then to the right there, you'll see an ad. So companies can go on and push their ads into your newsfeed, right? So what does that mean for you? Is we can push your ads into customers' news feeds. Here's another example. See here's Sortable. This Sortable has put a sponsored listing into my newsfeed or our newsfeed, right? To the right there, you see presidential candidates are doing this. You see Donald Trump has run ads, and they have pushed those out into people's newsfeed. So that is what's happening, and that is the opportunity that we have, which is posting ads that we can push out into your local marketplace and get you in front of people. So Facebook is positioning themselves to be a place where people go for local businesses, right? So consumers are going to get more and more used to going online on Facebook, finding businesses like dentists, and you now have the opportunity to run ads onto their feed. So what is the solution to all this? We're going to show you, okay? You're going to learn from experienced social media marketing experts. You're going to discover how to make Facebook's new technology attract new dental patients. You're going to use strategies that will put you ahead of your competitors and partner with experts instead of trying to do it all on your own. So if this is something that sounds appealing to you, this is the road you want to go down, we will show you ways at the end that you can get this for yourself. So Ryan, you've been waiting patiently. I know you're kind of chomping at the bit to get technical and really show us the nitty gritty of this. So we'll pass on along to you. Why do Facebook ads work?
All right, we're going to dive way into Facebook ads and pull all the little bits and pieces out. So ever since 2009, that's when Facebook introduced targeted ads, and that has made everything so much different in the Facebook landscape. Today, it literally has billions of daily users, and it's constantly rolling out new technology like what Jake just talked about with recommendations. So these people are on Facebook and they're there to stay because it's such a good platform. And what this does is create a great opportunity for us to reach all of those people that are on there. So let's look at Facebook ads as it compares to Google ads. And when your dental practice is using Google ads, you're using keywords to target people. So if someone types into Google looking for a dentist in my area, that's gonna pop up with a potential ad there. So it works as kind of like a keyword for what people type in. With Facebook, it actually works based on demographic information. And so we can show ads very specifically to different kinds of demographics or people interested in different things. And Facebook's very good at picking up on these different demographic and specific interests that people have. So the example you can see there is, I can target a married 35 to 64-year-old English-speaking woman with 2 children living near Rocky River, Ohio. And so you can get very, very specific in the kind of people that you want to show ads to. And this is one of the things that makes Facebook just so powerful. So I could show this woman a whitening or an Invisalign ad, and it would go directly to her because she might be more likely to convert into a new patient than somebody else who doesn't fit that criteria. So we can move to the next slide. Perfect. So this is different common criteria to use the target. There is a ton of different stuff that is at your fingertips, but these are some of the more common ones that a dentistry might want to use. Age, geographic area is huge, language, married, family with number of kids, income level, all great ones. Just as an example, if you're like a pediatric dentistry, then what's really cool about this is you could target parents with kids that are like 2 and under, and maybe you run some kind of special where you're like, for kids 2 and under, we're going to do free exams for babies. And so you can literally only show your ads to parents that Facebook has figured out are parents with kids 2 and under, and you're showing ads to people who are the only people that are eligible, which is very cool. You're not wasting your spend on anything because you can get so specific. So if we look at this ad here, this is an ad from one of FireGang's clients in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and this client's demographic is full of young families looking for practices that'll accept specific dental insurance. So we are advertising here a specific dental insurance. It's the AHCCCS, which I think is shortened to Access, but we are showing this to a very specific targeted demographic that would be most interested in finding a dentist that needs that kind of insurance. And one thing to note too here is that while this is a desktop screenshot of an ad, also the way it's laid out is in a way where it can be shown on either desktop or on mobile, right? We don't want anything to get cut off. So if you go to the next slide, you'll kind of see an example of this. This is an ad on the left that is a screenshot from a mobile device. So as you can see, it's much slimmer. And so one thing to be thinking about when you're creating these ads is how much text you're using on here. You don't want to do anything too crazy because you don't want anything to get cut off, whether you're showing on desktop or mobile. So if we dive a little bit deeper into the anatomy of a great Facebook ad, it starts with the practice information. The only thing that ties your Facebook ads to your Facebook page is just this information bit. So whatever your Facebook page, whatever that name is, whatever your profile picture is what's going to show up as your ad. And then the second bit here is your main ad text. So the way this breaks down, is kind of a formula, and there's kind of a formula to the rest of this ad that I'm going to present to you. It's what I've kind of found to be like the secret sauce, the best way that you can target high value cases like implants, Invisalign, dentures. They can all kind of use this same formula. So when you're looking at your first ad text here, you want it to be short and sweet. And there's always 2 different things that I'm trying to get across. So I like to say what I'm offering and what somebody could get if they click this ad right now. So as you can see from the first sentence, you can get your smile back forever with dental implants. So we're offering dental implants as a way to solve a problem. And so what could somebody do if they click this right now? Well, they could come in today for this free, no obligation X-ray and implant exam. So it gets everything across that they need in just 2 sentences. And that's important to stay short, both because it's on a mobile device and because people aren't going to read just a super long passage there. So then you get the image nice and clean, and the headline kind of goes to follow. So let's look at some real results here. If you look at number 1, you see some link clicks. This is how many people clicked on the ad. Number 2 is the people reached. And these are kind of indicators, but what's really important is if you look at box number 3, because this shows exactly how many people responded to a particular ad. And it's really cool because we can track how many people called the practice as a direct result of what a particular ad, and how many people submitted some kind of email contact form as a result of this ad. And so we can look down the side and see there was a guarantee ad, there was an ad that showed a free exam, and these are the results that followed. Having that specificity allows you to make really, really good decisions.
Hey, Ryan, for the people on the call, how are you able to track phone calls like that?
Yeah. So what we can do is there's a couple different ways we do it. In this particular case, on your website, we can add a little piece of code. So anytime somebody clicks your phone number to call, we can track that they made that action happen. So we're just submitting all that information to Facebook, and it can pick up as it tracks from one person as they go through an ad and then click and call on that phone number. So it's all just done straight through the mobile phone. It's pretty cool.
Excellent.
And then we can look at some real results here. And this is all based on demographics. This is the demographic pane for the same campaign that we were looking at in the last slide. That was performance. This is demographics. And so number 1 shows how many people clicked on this ad that were women, and it was 71%. And then in the number 3 box in the middle shows the different age groups that Facebook has grouped them into. And so it's a very clear visual of who is responding best to this ad. And so we can see that women ages about 35 to 54 were the ones that were most interested in this particular dental implants campaign. Now that we can do some really cool stuff with. I mean, if you're running, traditional campaigns like TV, radio, you're handing out flyers, all that different kinds of stuff. You're never going to get this kind of information. So we could make great decisions like, hey, we're going to double down on our advertising, and we're going to put more ads out to women ages 35 to 54 because they're most likely to convert into new patients. And that's very valuable information. This is an example of a real lead. We were advertising sleep apnea, some alternatives to sleep apnea treatments like a CPAP machine, saying some of those alternatives to that. And we were running an ad on Facebook, and this guy saw the ad, clicked on it, went to that client's website, and then read the page, saw the contact form, and then inputted his phone number, his email, and then had this little note here that says, diagnosed with mild to moderate sleep apnea, cannot tolerate CPAP machine, and kind of explains the rest. But it just goes to show that this kind of advertising works, and that the contact form submissions that come in, they're generally good leads. People saying, I've got this problem, can you help me? So how do you do it? Let's kind of look at the strategies here as we kind of recap on the next slide. So it all starts with the budget. Budget wisely. If you're doing this yourself, start small. I always recommend $150 as a monthly budget per service. So if you want to do both dentures and implants, and I do recommend doing maybe 2 services at a time, that would be an initial investment of $300 in your first month. Test several ads doing that, and it's a great place to start. You'll want to optimize your ad for success, kind of using the points I said before. Keep it short, keep it to the point, have that clean image, tell them all the things they need to know, but nice and short. Making sure that your ad looks good on a mobile device is important because you want to start on mobile. Mobile ads are generally a lot cheaper than desktop ads, so it's a great place to start. And also kind of a great place to stay too. I've seen tons of success only running ads on mobile devices. Targeting correctly, extremely important. Making sure that you're targeting people in a 3 to 5 mile radius of your practice is one of the big things. People generally don't want to travel that far for a dentist. So you want to make sure that your advertising dollars are going to the people most likely to convert, which is going to be in, that 3 to 5 mile radius. Be patient. This stuff isn't going to happen overnight, but make sure you have good goals in mind. Think about how much it's worth it for you to get a new patient. If you could, get a new patient and it's worth $2,000, then maybe a $300 ad is going to be well worth it in the long run. Lastly, work with a professional. A lot of it's something to think about because this is going to take a lot of time and effort to figure out and execute. If you want to do it by yourself, it's at least a really, really good idea to get some help up front. But whether you're going to get help up front, do it yourself, or employ a marketing company, just make sure that this marketing agency or professional has a history of success with Facebook ads. And if they specialize in dentistry, well, then of course your odds of success are going to be much higher. We also have a new guide that you guys will get as a bonus that explains how to do all of this in more detail. So be sure to refer to that if you're looking for even more information.
Excellent. Ryan, where to come back to you? People are already, questions are coming in. People are really interested. Very exciting. But in summary, invest in Facebook ads with a plan to attack high value patients you could never reach before. So we firmly see this as the next frontier. We're still seeing massive results on Google, massive results with pay-per-click ads on Google, massive results with reviews and Yelp. But this is kind of the secret that most dentists have not discovered yet. So we see this as the next frontier, and we really think most practices should be having this on their radar. So remember, kind of as part of our overall formula where this fits in, what we like to do is start with a website, a patient-focused website that focuses on conversions, so converting your patients from clicks to calls. This is our overall formula, right? Then we move into reputation management and online reviews. Then we move into search engine optimization. Then we move into phone call tracking and training your staff. And then we move into online ads and reporting. So right now we're talking about one piece of the pie, which is running Facebook ads, of the bigger pie, which is running all kinds of online ads, which is the bigger pie of the entire formula. But to get this right, you need to understand your new patients, and the right partner can be valuable on your journey to attract high value new patients. So if this is something that does sound like something that you are interested in, we're going to give you a few bonuses here. Remember, there's a URL at the bottom there. It's firegang.com/offer-webinar. We're going to email you that link as well. But through that link, you're going to be able to access our book if you haven't gotten that yet. So we'll mail you a free copy of our hardcover book, the #1 bestseller on Amazon. We're going to send you the ultimate guide to dental Facebook ads. We're going to send you the website click-to-call conversion checklist because nothing matters unless your website has to convert. It has to be a very good website, or else you're driving clicks to a website that people won't call you, and you're wasting your money. All that money you spend on Facebook ads, you're wasting unless you have a good website. So we're going to send you that conversion checklist, and then we're going to send you the dentist guide to choosing a marketing company, because your budget planning is coming up. Next year's coming up. If you're not getting the results that you want to see, you're going to want to look at new solutions. So that's what we'll send you through that URL. You can go to that URL now, or you can wait for your email. If you want to learn even more, one of the special offers we want to give to you right now, before we get to questions, is a consultation with our new patient experts. That is my business partner, Adam, and we have another new patient expert named Jeremy. But everyone in our company is highly, highly trained. We live and breathe these cutting-edge tactics to attract new patients. So for a one-on-one marketing strategy session, where we're going to kind of dive in and look at what your goals are, what your goals are next year, what your goals are this year, why you haven't hit your goals, how is your current marketing doing, how is your current marketing company doing, are they implementing these cutting-edge tactics for you? We will look at all of that for you. So go ahead, and with that URL, you'll be able to sign up for a consultation, a no-cost consultation, and you'll also see an email in your email box with that same offer. So we are here to help you if you need it. Now, let's get to a Q&A. A couple questions have come in. If you want to, you can email us or you can text us any questions you have. But the first question, and a lot of these, Ryan, looks like people are interested in your expertise here. Akil says, do you encourage the first Facebook campaign to be more introductory or specific? Meaning, if you are trying to introduce yourself into a wider area, should you just introduce yourself or make a promotion as well?
I do not believe that any, introduction is needed. I think the best way to do it is just, pick that service that you want to promote and go from there. And your website will be the way to introduce you. If somebody's interested in that particular service, like Invisalign, they'll go to your website based on that ad, and then they'll probably click on the, about us part of your website. So that will be all the introduction you need. I think it's more important to draw somebody in with a particular service than just kind of do an introductory, this is who I am, kind of an advertisement.
Right, because you're looking for people who have that need, right? So you're looking for people who don't like their smile, or hate their dentures, or hate their teeth, and you want them to raise their hand and say, I need this. So in order to do that, you actually have to have an offer for them. So exactly. So that is the advice is to actually go in with a specific offer. So Akil's got another one. Akil's very interested here. Let's see here. What types of titles and headlines work better for people to click, Ryan?
The best, the advice I gave in this webinar is definitely what you want to do. So you want to create that kind of sense of urgency. I think that's really key. So when you're creating those 2 sentences of text that I described, and you have your first one that tells the offer, the second one tells them what they can get today, that second sentence is so important. And if you don't have an offer like come in today for a free exam or something, I mean, you can always create a little bit of a sense of urgency, like just saying, contact us today for more information, or come in today to learn more, or click here to learn more, or something like that. You can also, if you want to take a different angle, you can always have a blog post that's like 5 things you need to know about dental implants, and then you can work that kind of copy into your ads. And so it's giving people, like, if you want to learn this, like, click here now, and you can figure it out now, and then come in now. So that, I think that urgency really gets people to click, because they want to kind of figure it out today.
Excellent. So a really good question. I'm not sure we have the answer that they're looking for here, but Lake Mead Dental says, how do we target specific insurances, if at all? Can we do that, Ryan?
You can't necessarily target a specific insurance. The best way to go about this is really understand like if there's a specific kind of demographic that normally has that insurance. I know that might be kind of challenging, but if you could figure that out, then you could target that demographic. So you're not necessarily targeting that specific insurance, but you're getting as close as you can. Um, Outside of that, you can always target a more general demographic in a small radius around your practice, and then just kind of do a shout out like I had on one of those slides where we're saying, hey, we take this specific insurance, so contact us for more information about it. And that might be another way to go about it as well.
Excellent. And I think we've got one more here. One person is asking about Facebook ads versus pay-per-click ads and how to decide between the two. So the way to decide is to have amazing tracking in place and really know your cost per new patient phone call with Google Ads and your cost per new patient phone call with Facebook ads. And once you know those costs, you can easily determine where to put more money. So for example, we have some areas and some cities where we're running Facebook ads, and the Google ads are outperforming the Facebook ads. So we go to the client and say, hey client, your money's better spent on Google. Let's move your money to Google. And that makes tons of sense, right? We have other cities and demographics and practices where we look at their Google ads and we look at their Facebook ads, and Facebook ads are outperforming. So we're getting better calls. We're getting better calls for the lower price from the Facebook ads. So we move the money from Google to Facebook. So that's the answer there. And we will answer one more. Akil says, do giveaways work? Example, click here to win Starbucks gift cards during November, December. So Ryan, what is your thought on giveaways?
Yeah, my thought there is there's no reason to kind of beat around the bush. If you're looking for somebody to come in for a specific service, just go ahead and advertise that service, because you might get people who are interested in winning a Starbucks gift card, but then they might not be interested at all in any of your high profile services. So it doesn't really get you the right people that you want walking through your door. It's much better to find those people that you want and just send an ad straight to them. So I'd steer clear of giveaways unless you want to do like something in office for people who are already your patients. Yeah, for advertising, stick to a service.
Okay, and so by the way, we're going to answer another question just because this is a really exciting subject. It looks like people are really jazzed about it. Anyone who's on the webinar and we're going over, feel free to pop off. It's totally okay. But we're going to answer, as people ask more questions, we will just keep answering them. So Doc Tang, which we're seeing a lot of familiar faces here, a lot of folks we've seen on other webinars. Awesome to see you again. Is there a way to put a tracking number on Facebook ad or landing page without ruining my SEO? So the question has to do with tracking numbers. And a lot of times when you use tracking numbers, Google's looking for your main number, right? They want to see your main number. And so when you have a tracking number, it really messes with your SEO because you lose trust with Google. I can take a quick shot at this one. And the reason that so many practices have messed up their SEO by using tracking numbers is because they're working with poor companies, right? So if you do this right, there's a way to code it in a way that it will absolutely not touch your SEO at all if it's done right. So the answer is, yeah, there's definitely a way to do it. You're basically telling Google your phone number is one number, and then anyone who comes from Facebook, you're able to, with a little ninja website coding, you're able to pop up a different number to them. So they see anyone that came from Facebook sees a tracking number, while Google, when they come to your website and kind of come and check you out with their little bots, they see the main website. And it's definitely doable, but you just gotta have a good company doing the work for you. I know a lot of companies have really been detrimental to dental practices. They really messed up their SEO by using this incorrectly. But if it's done right, Doc, it can definitely be done. In fact, that's what we do. So we track all of our phone calls from Facebook, and we know exactly who called from Facebook, when they called, what they said. We know everything. So let's see. I'll give it 2 more seconds. There might be one more. Okay. So last thing, just as a reminder, go to you should have an email in your box right now. We've already sent out the email. If you're interested in the bonuses we talked about. which are the book, the guide, the click to call guide, the Facebook ads guide, which you definitely want, and the guide to choosing a marketing company, as well as sitting down with our experts and taking a look at your individual case. How could Facebook ads work for you? What are your new patient goals? Where are you trying to get next year? How do you get there? Any of those things, go ahead and sign up on our calendar, book a time with our experts, and we'll take a look at your very specific situation. So Ryan, you've been awesome, incredible, great job. Thank you everyone for attending, and we look forward to hearing from you.